Hi everyone. In this video I want to talk about a story about a king who often felt really sad and depressed, and he asked a group of wise men to come up with a ring that he can wear so that whenever he looks at the ring he will feel joy and happiness. So these wise men got together and thought about, okay, what do we create? What kind of ring can we create to make this king who's wealthy and has everything he ever wants, he's got power and wealth, happy when he is sad? So they thought about what they could create and eventually came up with an idea and created a ring with an engraving on it. And the engraving on that ring was "This too shall pass. This too shall pass." Now the story goes on to these wise men take this ring to the king and say, "Well, O king, here is your ring. Please wear this, and look at this ring. Every experience that you are going through, whether it's sadness or happiness, make sure you look at it even in times of joy and happiness and sadness, not just sadness but also happiness." And the king will realize, okay, well, this too shall pass applies to everything. Applies to wealth and fame and fortune, to happiness, to sadness, to joy and sorrow, because everything essentially is impermanent. And the king realized that even his own life is impermanent, and he will too, in the future, he will also die and become dust, like everything else that will. So there's the innate nature of impermanence and change was what this ring was capturing in that simple phrase of "this too shall pass." The origins of this story come from Sufism, and also they appear in Jewish texts as well. So in its original language, in Persian, the word "this too shall pass" is "in niz begzarad," and in Hebrew it's "gamze yavor." So these are the original language of the story, but essentially the whole idea of and the concept and it is captured in many wisdom traditions, including Buddhism, where the innate concept of impermanence of all things, everything will be gone, everything will change, everything in its form, in its physical form, is destroyed. But there's obviously there's an element in everything that is not fade away. It exists, and it's eternal and timeless. But that gets more into the spiritual aspects of the story, which is kind of a little bit beyond this video. But essentially, probably the most important message is that there is an element which is permanent amidst the impermanence of all things. There's a living presence that lives on. So I hope this video and this story helps you kind of capture to be able to let go of everything that you're experiencing as impermanent, whether it's joy and happiness, not clinging onto it, not thinking this is going to last forever, because that itself causes suffering. Holding on to happiness and holding on to things that make you happy actually is the root cause of suffering, as discovered by the Buddha 2,500 years ago. And also when you're having difficult times, also recognize this too shall pass. That applies to that context as well. So this too shall pass in joy, this too shall pass in sorrow. And when you recognize that everything is impermanent, you can find something much deeper within existence by finding presence in whatever is unfolding and surrendering to whatever unfolds, and letting go and having non-attachment to both pleasure and have no aversion to pain and to just be able to sit in the presence of what is unfolding and surrendering to the moment. Now, surrendering is again a very deep concept, and it doesn't mean giving up. It just means at that moment you surrender to the easiness of what is happening, whatever is unfolding. You completely accept it because it's already happened. It's happening right now. But you can still take positive action by not generating any negativity and negative energy, and not polluting your inner space, by creating this kind of space of presence and acceptance and surrender. You'll be able to still take positive action towards change. So thank you for listening to this video, and I'd be keen to hear more about your comments and reflections on this. Bye for now.